Hey everyone. I just want to first say I'm sorry for the different quality. I'm using my phone because I'm in my bedroom, and I'll explain why I'm in my bedroom and not in the study making this video. But I had decided to give you a really quick update about what's been going on here because, like, within the last 3 days, something has happened every single day. And so basically, 3 days ago, in the middle of my work shift, I had to go to the ER, and I got stuck there for 7 hours before they discharged me at 11 o'clock that night. I did not actually go, I didn't actually get home until 12, and I didn't go to sleep until like around 1. And I think it was around 3 o'clock in the middle of the night that I got woken up and the TV was on. And not only was the TV on, the DVR was turned on, and the DVR was set up on the guide screen instead of what would normally happen when you turn on the TV and the DVR, and that would be the very last channel that it was on. No, the guide screen was on, and because the guide screen was on, it had the time up in the corner, and that's how I knew that it was 3 o'clock. And that's never happened before. And like I said, normally when stuff gets turned on, it wouldn't be on a guide screen, anyways. So I really don't know what that was all about. And it kind of wigged me out. But, I just turned it off. And by the way, I had to really reach for the remote to turn it off. Like, the remote was on the nightstand. And it was on, like, the furthest corner of the nightstand. Really out of the way. Like, I know I didn't, like, reach for it in my sleep. David sure as hell didn't reach for it. He was like on the other side of the bed sleeping. So, I don't know what that was all about, and that's never really happened before, of the exception of one time. Like, when we first moved in, um, the TV turned on by itself, but it was just the TV, and like you can tell when the TV's turned on, but nothing else because like the brand name on the bottom kind of lit up, and I was kind of there when it happened. Like I had gone to the bathroom, and then when I had come back out, the TV was on, and I could hear it turn on. But yeah, so that happened, and I didn't really get like scared about that because it wasn't as startling as being woken up in the middle of the night after you've had a very exhausting, traumatic day with loud noises. So that happened, and then that morning I called in sick for work because I had to stay off my feet and recuperate. And that night, it was right when me and David were trying to go to sleep. I was about to fall asleep when I heard something whisper in my face, and I got petrified immediately because like I could still hear David breathing, and of course I could hear my own breathing, and this breathing was completely separate. It was like a separate entity in the room, and I could feel it all of a sudden. And I just kept my eyes closed because that's what I do when I'm scared about other things being near me. I don't want to see them. So I kept my eyes closed and I started to recite prayers, and I tried to like mentally push it away from me and away from the house pretty much. And at first it wasn't working. I had to do it like 3 times before I felt like the entity went away, and then I was able to go to sleep. And then the next day I had to go to work. It sucked. I was really exhausted. And I wasn't really able to go to sleep as early as I wanted to. But when I did, it started to rain. And like, I think it was around 5 o'clock in the morning, I had to get up and use the bathroom. And when I had gotten up, the room was pretty light because the sun was starting to come out despite the fact that it was like storming outside. And when I came back into the room, I noticed that the DVR was turned on. Like the TV was turned off, but the DVR had turned on, which kind of made me mad because I specifically remember the night before getting up to turn off the TV, the Xbox, and the DVR all at the same time because I was getting up anyways. And I got up and I used my finger and I turned it all off with my fingers. I did not use the remote, so I saw it turn off. So I was very mad when I, at 5 o'clock in the morning, got up to realize that the DVR had turned itself back on. And that's happened a couple of times too, but not like recently. Well, obviously recently because the other night it turned on by itself as well as the TV. but it's turned on by itself like maybe like twice before these two incidences, so that's 4 times total. And they were kind of like spread out and sporadic, like there wasn't ever really a pattern. But the fact that it turned on by itself twice within 1 week is kind of weird. So I decided to try to like go online and see what problems could cause it to turn on by itself. And what I mostly read was that like there could be like an error within the box itself, that it, like the thing's trying to reset itself to fix the error, and when it resets itself, it turns on. That's pretty much the only thing that I could see being the reason, and it could very well be the reason, but if it is, then it's incredibly weird or a coincidence that it happened the exact same night that I had to go to the ER. That's pretty weird. And that it also turned on the TV. I guess that's pretty weird too, because that shouldn't do anything. But pretty much that is everything that's been happening in my house since pretty much my last update. And I will keep you guys updated. I mean, other than those things, I haven't seen anything or heard anything, like especially out of the room. But when I'm in the house lately, I'm in this room, I'm laying down, I'm in bed, I'm recuperating. I have to stay off my feet, and I have to chill out as much as possible to not like stress myself out. So yeah, I don't really notice anything other than that. Everything that's been happening has been happening in this room. I mean, I haven't even been in my study for 3 days, and I feel really bad because I have tons of projects I really want to do, and I just don't have the energy to do it. So I'm going to try to start tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. I'm going to try Saturday because I don't have to work Saturdays anymore. They won't work me on Saturdays anymore. So yeah, that has been what's going on here, and I will keep you updated. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.